Did you know you could use time to loosen your jeans? And I believe time is the real magic of weight loss. Time is even better than butter at loosening up your jeans. Hello, I'm Butter Bob, and this video is called Time to Loosen Your Jeans. As many of you know, I'm a supervisor in a manufacturing plant, and when I get a new employee, many times they just can't keep up. It's nothing against them, they just can't keep up with the pace of production. They work so fast, making so many needless motions, working themselves to death trying to keep up, but falling further and further behind. On the very next workstation, right next to them, might be a person that's been there a while, and they've mastered the process. They're getting more done and having a few seconds to spare in between cycles. This experienced worker has learned to eliminate every inefficient motion, and this efficiency makes her production greater with less effort. She might even have time to sneak a text message in to one of her friends, or talk to the person on the next station, catch up on the latest gossip, and never get behind on her work. But the poor new guy, his parts are piling up on him. If you think about these two people, this perfectly sums up the person who gets fat and the person who doesn't get fat. One processes their food fast enough that there's no piling up. The other is different. They're slower. And before they get finished processing this cycle, here comes another one and another until there's a great pile of extra food around their belly and their butt and their chinny chin chins. So when I get a new employee, I might slow down the process a little, give them extra time to learn without getting piled up. I might have to give some a few seconds, and others I might have to give a little more, slowly building their speed until I can get them up to the production levels that I need. This is the same for losing weight. The skinny girl is quick. She processes the food fast. Her insulin levels go down fast, and she starts burning fat. There's no pileup of fat. The fat person has a problem. Because of high insulin, they need more time to get into the fat-burning mode. The more often they get in this mode, the better at it they become. Day by day, they get a little faster and a little better at processing this fat, just like the skinny person. The most important thing I've learned about weight loss is this. It is a timing issue more than anything else. The two pieces of information that I think are the most important are from the work of scientist George Cahill and Dr. Joseph Kraft. Cahill studied starvation, and his work shows us that everybody, given enough time, has this process of switching over to fat burning built into their system. It's just a part of your human nature. Sure, some people are slower, but everyone will start switching over into fat-burning mode once they get their insulin low enough. And getting insulin low enough takes time. For some, it's fast. For others, slower. Dr. Kraft's work shows us the real problem, in my opinion. Some people just have a whole bunch of insulin all the time. Even when they sleep, they have too much insulin to allow their body to go fully into fat-burning mode. Or maybe they just don't burn fat fast enough. Let me tell you about a study that shows how important time really is. These people were put on either a 3-meal-a-day diet or a 1-meal-a-day diet. But here's the kicker, folks. The diet they were put on was 50% carbohydrate, almost 300 grams of carbs per day. So it sure as heck wasn't low carb. It wasn't even in the same universe as low carb. And they weren't trying to starve these people either. They got to eat almost 2,400 calories at that one meal. But guess what? Even though it was a 50% carbohydrate diet, the people on the 1-meal-a-day plan lost weight. And more important, they lost fat. But the people on the exact same calorie plan, but eating 3 meals per day, did not lose weight, and they didn't lose any fat either. You see, even on a high carb diet, these people did the one thing required, the one thing I think every successful diet has in common. The successful fat loss diet gives the body time to get the insulin down and let all that wonderful fat out. Give the body time and it switches to its fat burning system. People who are slow to lose weight are like my poor new employee, struggling to keep up and hoping their mean old boss, which is me, will slow the machine down a little so they can learn. It's like that famous episode of I Love Lucy, where her and Ethel are in the candy factory, getting further and further behind, stuffing candy down their pants and eating it as fast as they can to keep up. And if you've never seen that episode, you should look it up. It's pretty funny. And it kind of gives you an idea of what's going on with this thing. The good news is you don't have to hope your mean old boss will slow down production. You just need to slow it down yourself. Give yourself more time between eating, long breaks from eating each day, and slowly but surely your body will become quicker at reducing the insulin. The skinny person eats and their insulin is back down to fasting levels after about 3 hours. We eat our high-fat meal and it keeps our insulin lower than the normal food, so it doesn't rise like it used to. We get to eat and live our life. The skinny girl sleeps 8 hours, and she's burning fat pretty quickly while she sleeps. We're going to give ourselves 16 hours of not eating, allowing our body double the rest that the skinny girl gets in her 8 hours. Slowly but surely, we become more efficient in our insulin production. We become slimmer and more like the slim person. Pretty soon we fix the problem with time. This day-by-day practice will become a lifetime. You didn't get fat fast, and it will take time to get it off. But now you know the real secret, and the real secret is time. Diet gives you time. Fasting gives you time. Time to rest your body from eating and high insulin levels. Time with lower insulin makes your body more sensitive to insulin. Time makes your pants fall off 50% better than butter. But I'm sure glad I can still have my butter and my bacon and my cream and my steak during eating times. See you next time.